Perfect fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Chicago Bears and the Atlanta Falcons. Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. This defense for the Bears, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The Falcons at 5-3 now on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be 4th down. And we'll see Younghoe Koo now for the Falcons. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Koo knocks this one through the post. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put them in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
Now Herbert to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On 2nd down, a run with Herbert. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down. Here's Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Returnable for Lockett. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Got a man, it's London. So the completion good for just 3. And now it's 3rd and 4. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Warriors 70. 79 Broncos. Ready.
Now back to throw. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to have it here just past the 25. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
Starting on the ground with Herbert. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Another carry for Herbert on 2nd down. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Lawrence. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
They go play action with Lawrence. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
3-0 after one on EA Sports. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
2nd and 5 now. Lawrence. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Herbert. And he's got it down to the 28.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Another carry for Herbert on 2nd down. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Here's Lawrence to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take over here up near the 30. And Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
On play action, they'll throw. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
And the Bears in the nickel. No, wait, they're in the dime. 6 DBs out there on 3rd.
Could play an exotic coverage.
He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Another carry for Herbert on 2nd down. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to small up the ball carrier.
The Bears on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And he's got his tight end, Oliver. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. He'll let this go for the end zone. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Second and 9. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This one into the hands of Pitts. He'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons! Kyle Pitts, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Lawrence. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Lawrence. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Now it's Lockett. Going to be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And it will be Falcon football. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1-minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Darnell Mooney, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. He's going to air